Okay, let's do it.
Wipe out.
That's pretty good. Wipe out. Welcome to Strength in Gaming. I'm Samson Lancaster, and today I am joined with Salvador Madrigal.
Hey, folks.
Kat McGuire.
Right here.
Yeah. And Eddie's over here for me.
And
I'm over here.
Eddie Vargas. It's hard to, I think we're all different on each other's screens, but mine's the one that counts because it's the one that's being recorded. So
just call me Big Yeetus.
Yes. Eddie is now known as Big Yeetus. For he hath been yoked.
Yoked.
Hey, keep it down.
Shut up.
You didn't know that the past tense of yeet was yoked?
No, but that's funny.
Yes, it is. He hath been yoked, so he is now the Big Yeetus.
I didn't know that, and that's really funny.
Like, well, this is all made up words. Like yeet was a made up word, Yeetus is a made up word. And then I'm pretty sure someone said it before I did, but I discovered it on my own and I was like, yoked.
He hath been yoted.
He hath yoted. Yoted. Thou hast yoted. No, I think it's yeeted, but yoked sounds better. At any rate, today we're going to have some news for you. First, we'll come out with a few updates, what we've been playing lately, things like that. We'll go in the news. Then we're going to take a break because this episode, when we come back, is all about High Score, the new Netflix original series that is fucking amazing. We're hooked. I wish there was more. I was greatly disappointed when I got to the end of episode 6, even though it felt like it was wrapping up, because Eddie told me there was 10 episodes, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeet yourself.
Such a buzzkill.
Yeah, you think they could have gone a little bit more? They didn't talk about the fall of Sega or...
No, they didn't get to... They barely touched on the console war and... like the fall of Sega and stuff like that. Was that book that it was about that? Was it called Console Wars or something? I don't know.
Might have been.
I haven't.
I remember.
I still have Bubba's copy. I never gave it back to him.
Oh damn.
Bubba, I know Bubba.
Bubba.
He's gonna wage war against you.
I vaguely remember Bubba.
Yeah.
He was here for like 2 seconds when I got here.
I don't think.
Be careful not to cross those Suntarans, dude.
Yeah, no. For the Suntaran Empire. Like this. All right. So
he's on the classic episodes.
Yes, he's definitely.
Where you can hear him on www.strcast.com.
Yeah. Strength in Gaming.
Yeah, you got to plug that shit.
Plug it. Well, now we should be plugging our YouTube for those listening on whatever podcast device you're listening on. We are also now video, so you can see our ugly mugs. But honestly,
until we get Joe Rogan, then we're gonna be on Spotify and leaving.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of downloads from Spotify lately. Actually,
I'm moving to Texas.
We're on Spotify.
Yeah, we've been on Spotify for a while.
Yeah. Really?
Dang. But yeah, YouTube, Strength in Gaming YouTube. You can see our mugs, and it gets funny, I think, especially with Sal and his filters.
Oh yeah.
Here it comes.
Sal steals a show on our YouTube channel.
My snap camera's down.
Oh, R.I.P. this episode. So
yeah, I gotta update it, and I feel like it.
Why don't we start with some updates? Eddie, what you been playing lately? What's up with you?
You know what? I've been playing a lot of games actually. I just like 30 minutes ago I finished the Ghostbusters remaster, and that is still a fun game. It came out like 10 years ago on the PS3.
So on the Switch? Which game?
The Ghostbusters remaster.
No, but which Ghostbusters game is it a remaster of?
The PlayStation 3 game.
Oh, okay.
It's still a lot of fun. bought it for like $7, so it was really worth it. And I also finished playing Divinity or Original Sin 2, and I put in about 150 hours on that. And that was a lot of fun. I would never play it again. It's way too long.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, no, that one playthrough is enough for those type of games.
Yeah, but my brother and I played that like from beginning to end, and it was a lot of fun. Highly recommended.
Nice. Very nice. It must be good if you put that many hours in it.
I don't spend that many hours on any game. Like, I like my games short. I want to know if there's an ending, like, within maybe, like, 30 hours. Any longer, I just lose interest.
Did you platinum it?
No, I'm not Mo.
You're not Mo. Did Mo platinum it?
I don't know, maybe.
Dude, we need to get Mo back on the show. He hasn't been on the show. If
it was a booby game, he platinumed
centuries. Oh yeah, he platinums all the boob jiggle physics.
Yeah.
Last night, I bought Little Nightmares. I haven't played it, but I'm eager to start that maybe tonight. And Horizon Zero Dawn DLC.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I want to get into that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I have on my plate.
Yeah, you got some good stuff coming up there.
Yeah, it sounds a lot of fun.
You'll enjoy both.
And the DLC was like, it was on sale. It was like $3 or $4 on the PSN. Originally, I wanted to buy. I was gonna buy the whole game again because I already have it on disc. But I was just gonna buy the whole complete edition. It's $12 on sale right now. But
oh wow, that's not bad though.
Yeah. Look at Sal.
Pretty sweet. Sal's having
he's having a he's having a stroke.
He had a stroke. Speaking of strokes and Sal, he be stroking. What you been up to lately, Sal?
Murdering motherfuckers. Smoking fat blunts.
Chewing bubblegum.
Smoking fools. Been playing Horizon as well. I'm at the
on
end.
PC, right?
Yeah, on PC.
I hear that shit's buggy.
Yeah, they finally fixed most of the fucking bugs, dude.
Like after you beat it.
Crap.
So you played all of the original game with the DLC on PC?
Yeah.
You played it. Did you ever play it on? You played it on PlayStation also.
Yeah.
He was the first one of us to play it on PlayStation.
Yeah. Is there a huge difference, like between gameplay, graphics, experience, or whatever from
the gameplay
PlayStation to PC?
Exactly the same. So all the cheese, I was able to cheese a Thunderjaw like right off the bat and get like really good mods.
Yeah.
But no, oh my god, it looks amazing in 1440.
Oh yeah. So not even 2K.
Amazing. Not even 2K. I could run it in 4K easy.
But
there's not much of a fidelity difference, right? From 4K to 2K. So 1440 runs like extremely smooth. I get like a good solid. I capped the FPS at 60. Looks amazing. Looks
cool.
So pretty. I can't wait till the next one comes out. I hope it.
Oh, me too.
It's probably gonna be like 4 years after it comes out on the PS5 though. Like
yeah.
This one to come out on PC.
Yeah, and I don't know as if you're not gonna get a PS5, right?
Probably not for maybe 3 years after it comes out, because there's not gonna be much for 2 years, and then after that maybe there's gonna be some like the Ratchet and Clank game. I don't even know if it's gonna come out at release.
Ratchet and Clank.
I don't even know if the consoles are gonna come out this year. It's very fucking
it doesn't sound like they are.
What month are we in? And they haven't said how much it's gonna
be. We're in season 6 of Black Mirror, bro. We're experiencing it. That they went to the next level. They put it out there instead of on Netflix. We're just in it.
Live action, fucking dystopian game. But the game's it's always a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, I love that game. I don't know if I'd play it again, but more power to you for playing it more, I guess.
Yeah,
it's not that long.
No,
it's
not,
less than 30 hours.
If
well, it depends on how you play it.
If I burn through the DLC and the main game, it's maybe 60 hours somewhere around there.
That sounds more accurate. For like a solid playthrough, not like a speed run, Eddie.
Yeah,
maybe
not
of
a
30
speed run,
hours.
just a solid
It's like
playthrough.
I got it done in 5 hours because I was doing a speed run.
Yeah, and then I've been playing all they give you all the shadow runs on Epic a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I got those, but I haven't played them yet. But I'm very interested in playing
cool
them.
is there's a big mod community for it, so people come up with their own scenarios and shit. So you get in the game you get one playthrough, right?
Yeah.
One story, and then it has a link to on there get more content, and it'll send you to the wiki websites, and you can download people's scenarios and stuff, and you can play through those as well. So I already burned through the first one. I'm working on Hong Kong right now.
Is that like Fallout?
No, it's more like an RTS game, turn-based.
Well, like the original Fallout.
Yeah, the original Fallout. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I downloaded it. I'm never gonna play it because I don't have a PC. But
I'm definitely gonna play.
But I have it on my Epic account.
I don't know if it would make for good streaming content.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
No.
It's God, what was that alien one where you're hunting aliens and you miss 100% shots?
XCOM.
XCOM.
That was a good game.
That's the kind of game it is. XCOM was fine, dude, but when you miss 100% shots, it's like
No.
The mechanics are working against you instead of
maybe it was just one glitch. I want to judge it just based off one.
Ready?
Apparently, it happened more.
One missed shot.
With Sal. It was 110%. Eddie.
I should have bought a fucking
lotto ticket.
Lotto ticket, dude. However fucking many times I missed
Dude,
shot.
Dude, when I played,
blank.
No.
When I played, was it BattleTech, the RTS? I played it once. The only one time I played PvP with my buddy from one of my previous jobs, and we did one battle, and it was like he kind of wrecked me because he knew like the way to build. You make really small mechs with really big cannons, get really close and shoot them. And so I did the same thing on the next game that we played, but literally 3 headshots in a row. His entire team was wiped out like immediately. And so it's like he was pissed. He thought I was hacking. He didn't play with me again after that, and that was pure luck. Like I don't even know if I was aiming for headshots when I did that. I think they were just shots.
But yeah, and then I've been putting a lot of time in Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, buddy. Me
working
too.
It up. I like playing solo.
I like being a dwarf in a diggy hole. I like playing.
Games is fucking pulling teeth.
I had fun.
That's
when
a co-op game, right?
Yeah. If you go solo, you have Bosco. He's like a drone that can follow you around.
A lot of the time, Bosco gets in the way of my shots, dude. I'm like, God damn it.
Fuck you, Bosco.
With the driller, you can freeze shit and then throw an axe at the frozen thing, and it'll pretty much shatter the big guys.
Yeah.
You'll freeze them, and then you throw an axe, and here comes Bosco right in front of him. Blink.
Blink. Dick. Tell him to fuck off then. I think you can turn him off. You don't have to bring him with you.
Yeah, you can put him passive or just turn him off completely. But no, he's really good at getting like ore that's up really high.
Oh yeah, he can do that.
Man, I don't want to drill.
Is that a survival game?
No, it's
like Minecraft meet.
Yeah, it's mining
shooter type of game.
Yeah, it's like you're dwarves, okay, and I'm just gonna go into this because I'm playing it too. That this will be my update. Your dwarves. It's up to 4 players. You go.
You're dwarves, okay?
You're dwarves.
Hey,
wait,
okay,
am I dwarves?
Did you know
You're
that you're
also
dwarves? And you're in space, and you basically you do these missions where you have to mine X amount of a certain ore, and then there'll always be a secondary thing like collect eggs or collect seeds or something while you're in the caverns, and it all takes place in caverns, and you have different classes. Oh, and then there's glyphids they're like spider type ant. They kind of remind me of those ant things in Borderlands. I don't know if that makes sense. Those things in Borderlands.
I haven't played much Borderlands.
With the thing in the hair.
Yeah. the hieroglyphics, and there's all kinds of different sizes of these aliens that are trying to kill you while you're trying to mine the ore and explore the caverns. But the cooperative factor is pretty cool when you play with people that you're actually friends with and can talk to, because they can be like, I need a platform up here or whatever, and just shoot a platform. Because the engineer they all have special abilities. The engineer has platforms. The driller has drills. The gunner has a really big gun. And then the scout has like a grappling hook and these super flares. Because you're deep in the rock, and it's galactic. So you need
Deep Rock Galactic.
You need a lot of
Roll credits.
flares. You're constantly using flares, and then you have like a mining lamp too, but it's pretty shit compared to having flares all the time.
Looks interesting. Looks fun.
It is. It's surprisingly fun, I guess, is what the main thing I want to get across is it's just like super fun, because like before a mission you go to the bar and you can grab a beer to like buff you, or they have a bunch of random beers that do a whole bunch of different things, like make you big or small, or make you explode, or make you pass out. There's a jukebox so you can play music and dance around, and then there's like a barrel toss game, and then I don't know, it's just fun after especially if you're drinking in real life while you're drinking in game. It's a lot of fun.
Gotcha.
What about you, Kat? What have you been up to?
Doing my streaming, and on stream I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys. I know it's been a while since we've recorded an episode, but since we recorded our last episode, Fall Guys came out and is now a thing, like a huge thing.
It's like number one, isn't it?
It's the number one most downloaded game in PS Plus history.
Crazy.
I just checked to make sure that was accurate, and that is accurate.
Accurate.
So we've been playing a lot of Fall Guys. It's a ton of fun, stupid fun, adorable fun. Samson hates it, but
it's a terrible game.
but it's fun. I
don't mind playing it by myself, honestly, but I don't like playing with other people, because if you get eliminated early on, then you're just sitting there for the next 10 minutes, basically.
Yeah, that's if like the people you're playing with continue on.
If you're playing with more than like two other people, say we're playing with 4 people, there's a good chance one of us is going to be getting to the end while the rest of us are sitting there with a thumbs up our butt.
Yeah,
or you can get good.
Yeah, you could get good, Samson. That is also an option.
I should have unmuted myself for that one.
You're gonna.
But I mean, I feel like there's now an etiquette among like players who play on a team, like a team. I say a team, but it's really just play together. If like somebody gets out the first round, every time I play with somebody, we all back out because it's the first round. Who cares? Like we'll just start over.
Y'all didn't do that when I was playing, so fuck you. Also, Monkey, shut up, Monkey.
Well, that's an etiquette now. It was brand new when we played. We were figuring it out. I was still figuring it out. I didn't know how everything worked, but yeah, that's a new etiquette that I've found amongst my friends anyway that play the game. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's a battle royale that I can deal with because there's no shit talking, which is nice.
See, that's another strike for it, I'm gonna say. But when you're playing with friends, it's a plus because you can shit talk each other.
Exactly.
Oh, dude,
yes.
We should. Well, dang, we all have a Switch. We can play the Mario.
I don't.
Super Mario Brothers Battle Royale game.
I don't have a Switch.
Cat does not have a Switch.
What the?
Yeah, Cat, get with the times, yo.
Get good, Cat.
Remember,
Get good.
We were talking about me buying one, and then, I can't because pandemic, and I have no money. But
survive on ramen for a couple of months.
That's true. Even if you did have money, you wouldn't be able to find one.
Dude, that reminded me of that chick.
No, they're around now.
That we were watching play that hacker game. I have no money.
I know. Dude, that chick was
cool.
Hilarious. Dude,
That chick was gangsta.
Yeah.
I wish you guys were there when I found out she was 18. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but well, the way you said it, I could imagine her saying, because she said, "I am 18 of age."
Yeah, she's like, I am of age, you guys. I'm 18, I swear. But like her camp, for everybody who is watching or listening right now, so you know what we're talking about.
Diffudee, that's the chick. Her Diffudee.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a free plug.
Yeah, free
So
plug. She was
this
fun.
chick, she's fun. So all of us were hanging out in our conference call that we have every week, and then Welcome to the Game 2 happened to come up in conversation. I forgot how, but I was
You
telling
shoved
the
it
guys-
down our throat. That's how.
Yeah, I was telling the guys about this game.
Of course.
Because I have a fun time watching people play this game, even though it's like a tedious kind of thing. But
Kudos for you. That was fun.
Yeah, I
Especially
wanted.
in like a watch party. We had like a watch party going.
Yes, we essentially had a watch party. So there was only one streamer streaming in English this game. The other streamer was Spanish. So I was like, all right, so check this girl. She's playing the game, so you see what this is like. And then we just had a blast watching her play, because we show up on her screen and her webcam is literally like, it's like up to, it's like this.
Yeah.
But except she's like low and so it's really like this. This was her webcam. And we're like, is she 12 years old playing this crazy game right now? Like, what is this?
She had giant glasses too, so she's like looking like this. I was like, what is happening? We thought she was like 2 feet tall.
Yeah. And she was going nowhere, and it was hilarious. And she's like, she's telling her chat, she's like, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm doing anything. I don't get what's happening. And we were laughing and having a good time because she was so adorable. And then someone said, like, you look like you're 5. And they're like, fix your webcam. You look like you're 5 years old.
Yeah, because she looked like she was, driving. Like you see those people that are so short, you're like, I don't think they should be driving, because
Mind you, she's probably like 4'1".
Yeah, well, she probably was.
Yeah.
She did actually look kind of short, but
The pocket human.
but she
She did say
Yeah,
something
Kat-
about her going through puberty and she only grew 1 inch and stopped. She did say that.
I did have my growth spurt. See?
Yeah, 1 inch.
She was awesome, but it was really funny at first too, because Kat was like weird. We all immediately followed her and were watching her. Kat was like, I can't follow her. She looks like she's 12.
Yeah, I didn't feel
I was like,
comfortable with
no,
it.
she's probably at least 18. I'm pretty sure, because she was playing a game that was 18 plus at least, right?
Very 18 plus.
And
Very.
streaming it. So
Like, it's a game
I made
where
assumptions, but
we question. This is how we got to Twitch to see who was streaming it, because we were thinking like, oh, this is not a game you stream. This is not appropriate to stream.
yeah, I don't know. I still don't know if it is actually, but
I would say it's pretty
Okay.
NC-17, and you
Yeah.
can turn on the nudity if you want to.
okay, so you can turn it on. Well, she was scrolling down and she like stopped and saw like the top of a penis, and she was like,
Yeah,
"What's a dick?"
it was-
and like scrolled back up.
Yeah,
There's a hint of dong there.
she didn't
There was a little
turn
bit
on
of
the
dom.
nudity.
A magic mushroom tip.
Yeah, it was the top.
Yeah,
And at one point she was browsing some breast milk.
She was cool though. I liked her commentary.
Her commentary. Is
Her
that
commentary
what
was
breast milk
hilarious.
looks like? I don't know what breast milk looks like. Oh my god, is that what it looks like?
also it was like really dark in her room, and the game had this
Yeah.
mechanic where you have power outages and everything is dark. So then she got dark, like you can't
couldn't
see
see
her
her.
at all, except the shine off of her big ass
Her glasses.
glasses.
I was legit worried someone's gonna jump out in real life. It's gonna be some Black Mirror shit, since we're living in Black Mirror right now anyway.
Man, it was funny. It was a good time. But yeah, so welcome to the game 2. I'm gonna play that with our friend Travis, and he's gonna play it, and I'm gonna be like a handler. I'm gonna
his
feed him
handler.
info. Yeah.
Not too much info.
No, but like, a
Get him
fun
killed
amount.
at least once. on purpose.
Honestly, this game is very unforgiving. Like, no matter how hard we try, we will get killed quite a few times before we are successful.
I'm
I
interested in
guarantee
playing it too, or at least watching more play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I already talked to Samson about being a handler for him playing it too, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want.
Or I could play it, you could be my handler. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just think it's
Think
a
about it.
fun idea. I haven't seen anybody play it that way.
Yeah, you should have like a setup where it looks like one of us is in like a command,
Yeah.
like a command room.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what was that? Was it Night Trap that had that? We had to Night Trap was mentioned in one of the episodes of High Score, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's Night Trap!" But Kat doesn't know because she's a fetus. But you'll know, you'll learn about it later in the series. But so why don't we hop over to some news? Kat, you had some stuff from Fall Guys, I think.
Oh yeah, since we were talking about Fall Guys, I already mentioned that they're the #1 download in PS Plus ever, like in its history.
Yeah.
Because I think it was
something
free
about
for a while.
Fetus Deletus. What?
Oh, so Fall Guys is planning on adding a huge spinning hammer to the game called Big Yeetus. And I think that's
Big
hilarious.
Yeetus.
Big Yeetus.
For he hath yote.
And it's gonna be actually I think it's gonna be a new game. Like the game is called Big Yeetus. You know? And
That's hilarious.
supposedly it's a spinning candy cane cartoon hammer that will randomly appear to yeet players across the level.
Yeet. I like how it's part of the vocabulary of the game itself. But that's Devolver for you.
Yeah. And also, I think just something fun to mention about Fall Guys, since this is the first time we're talking about it on the podcast, even though it's been out for almost a month, I think.
Yeah, which is by our standards, especially from my standards, I don't play games that haven't been out for less than a year.
Yeah, exactly. And this game just like took over the internet. Like everybody's playing this game.
Yeah, I especially enjoy the memes, the crossover memes. There's been a lot of Dark Souls and Dead by Daylight Fall Guys memes that are fucking hilarious. I really enjoy the one, because it happened to me. I was on I hate the one with the rising tide, the rising slime.
Oh, Slime Climb.
Slime, I fucking hate that one. And I literally was, for the first time ever, doing good, and I got to the point where there's those 3 log type deals, and there was one asshole standing in the middle of the last one, and I was like, "You fucking dick."
Yep.
And I saw there's a meme about that one. I think it's like it's a DBD one, and it's like when the killer's standing on the hatch.
Yeah.
It's great. It's funny.
Exactly, dude. It's funny. It's a good time, and people are getting worse about that. Like there are some serious trolls on there now that it's been a minute and people have learned the game and gotten used to it. But something I think is kind of fun to mention about this game, and what also makes it so wonderful, in my opinion, is you don't know if you're going to be good at this game. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are at, like, let's take Dark Souls, for example. Samson is excellent at Dark Souls. It kind of sucks in Fall Guys.
No, that's not true at all.
Accurate.
I suck at Dark Souls also. Nobody's good at Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is very unforgiving. But...
And I got to the final round once in Fall Guys on my own, but that was about it. I didn't have the patience to keep going.
Well, there's this famous Twitch streamer named Tim the Tapman, and I never heard of him until Fall Guys happened, because I learned about him because this was so hilarious. Fall Guys Twitter kept calling him out like every single day that he didn't get a win in the Fall Guys. So all of his other streamer friends that play the exact same games he does, they are all like the same level at the other games. Like all of them are really good at like Call of Duty, Warzone kind of stuff. He could not get a win in Fall Guys. All of his other friends got wins. They kept getting wins. Like it was easy. And he was struggling so hard. And Fall Guys Twitter roasted him every single day until he got a win. Like 2 weeks later. It took him like 2 weeks to get a win.
Jeez.
And he was getting angry. So if you want a good laugh, I recommend checking out like compilation videos of Tim the Tatman raging at Fall Guys, because it makes me very happy inside.
Yeah, when he broke his Xbox Elite control.
Oh yeah, he's a
Fucking
meme
just
too.
smashed it.
There's a meme of him staring at a crown from a distance, and he's just his head as a Fall Guy.
Guess who made that meme?
You?
No,
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys Twitter made that
Fucking
meme.
Devolver made it. That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, and they kept like right before he got his win, I think they posted another thing saying that, guys, I'm running out of memes for when Tim loses. Like he really needs a win. Tim, get a win. I'm tired.
Fucking get a win, bro.
Not
My
enough
job is
images
to
for
make
the world.
memes to make fun of you, and I'm dying here. Running out of ideas.
Yeah. It was just to me, Fall Guys has just been a bright light in this dark tunnel of a world that we're in right now. And it's
I
brought
guess.
me joy. Pure
See,
joy.
for me, it's killing people that brings me pure joy. I mean, survivors in Dead by Daylight with the
Yes.
killer.
Hey, none of us should talk about
News.
it.
I didn't talk about it.
You just mentioned it.
The mention does not count. Also, we're
Talk about
past. Also, I said I wouldn't talk about it when we were talking about our updates, and I didn't. So fuck you, Sal.
We're still talking about the updates.
No, we switched to
No.
news.
I'm
Where
talking about
have
Fall
you
Guys
been?
news.
Where have you been, Sal? We switched to news.
But that's it for Fall Guys news. So we can move on to something else.
What you
Well,
That's
got?
all I
I
wanted
think
to say.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a season 2 coming out really soon.
Oh, that's right. And it's medieval themed.
Yes.
Of Fall
Get
Guys.
ready. Yes. So
Yeah,
they're
like-
gonna have a knight costume, a dragon costume. They're gonna have new
Is
games.
that what the Yeetus comes from?
I mean, I think the big Yeetus is gonna be a part of the medieval season.
Nice.
So
The big
you're right,
Yeetus.
Eddie. Good call.
They
Forgot
need
about
they need a Chungus outfit. They need a big Chungus outfit to go with
Chungus.
it. To go with the Yeetus. Hey, Cat doesn't even know what a Chungus is. What the
No, but
hell?
it sounds funny.
Oh Lord. Cat,
What
Google
is it?
big. Cat, Google big Chungus.
I heard like Chungus Among Us or something.
Probably. But anyways, what else we got, Sal, in the news?
Let's see.
It's a meme,
Yeah, Chungus meme.
a chunky version of the cartoon character Bugs
so-
Bunny.
We haven't talked about it yet, but there was
We haven't
this
talked about it
Chinese
yet.
indie developer that put out a short clip of a game that they have called Black Myth Wukong. They're from China, and they weren't expecting people to like go
China.
nuts over the quality of the game. The game looks amazing, and it's pre-alpha. I could just imagine when they're finished how good it's gonna look. Mine is probably gonna have a fuck ton of spyware, and then the Chinese government gonna own it afterwards. But the game looks amazing. Hopefully it comes out over here, but it's probably gonna.
It's
be
not a
expensive.
clone of something.
No, which is surprising, right? Because normally, oh my god, I could just imagine everybody else that it's gonna start cloning. It's like gonna be Wukong, Fist of Fisting, and it's gonna be on Android.
What did you say, Wuhan, the Black Plague? What?
Yeah. But the game looks fucking amazing. I don't think I've seen a game look this good in a long fucking time.
Are you in an airport, Sal?
Yeah. No, that's actually my bunker.
Oh, okay. Before it looked like you were at the chow line in Arstotska.
Lord,
Yeah, like
Stotska.
I had to hide now because the government.
The
And
government.
look at this is my conspiracy wall right here.
It needs to have pins with red yarn and
string.
stuff. Yeah.
But
And
yeah, the game
pictures.
looks amazing. I have high hopes for it, but being
What type
Wait,
of
it's
game
called
is it?
Wuhan what?
Wuha got you all in check. It's called the Black Myth Wukong. You know the
Oh.
Monkey King.
Wukong Black Myth.
And the game looks fucking amazing. But anyways, the game's not gonna be out for a couple years. That was a pre-alpha video. Let's see what else we got. Oh, the Switch has been emulated on a phone.
You can actually play Switch
That's-
on the phone.
You can play Switch on the phone.
I
That's
mean, the
interesting.
hardware on the fucking Switch is way less than a phone.
Yep. Yeah, but you can buy this attachment and shit and download the emulator. Like it runs certain games very well, but not other ones because it's an emulator, right? They don't have the actual what's it called, code for running the emulation correctly, right? But eventually they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, like every other emulator, it's a
Yeah, it's just a
work
matter
in
of
progress.
time. But the fact that it's a brand new console running on a phone is what's fucking.
Well, it's been out
controversial.
since 2017, so yeah, it's pretty amazing that they have it running on mobile already. And what would be
Yeah,
even
man.
better is if they get the actual controllers, the Joy-Cons working.
Well,
on
they
a-
have you can purchase something similar to Joy-Cons that
Dude, can attaches to your phone? Yeah.
Yeah, and you play.
Oh.
But the fact that everybody is like, oh no, it's stronger than the phone. No, it's not. It's a fucking phone. My Pixel 1 is basically a Switch.
Yeah, I have a Pixel 4. I could fit 4 switches in it.
Yeah, you can probably run it perfectly fine on Pixel 4,
Yeah.
but it'll run on my Pixel 1, dude. Because it uses
Nice.
the Tegra 1 chip, which is in pretty much all Android phones. For
Oh, that's what
graphics.
it uses in
Yeah.
the Switch.
And then, yeah, you can just play Switch games now on your phone, which is amazing, right?
Are there any
That's
games
crazy.
that are? Do any games like run decent yet?
A lot of them run decent already.
Really?
Legend of Zelda, you can run at lock 30 FPS.
Damn, son.
So it's like
Uh,
having the Switch undocked,
Undocked. Yep.
right?
Yep. It runs I think it runs Mario Kart like at it bounces up between 30 and like 50 FPS, depending on what phone you have, right? If you have like
Oh, dude. Then you could play
one of those
Animal
Asus
Crossing.
ROG,
I still
Yeah,
have an
you-
old Android phone.
as long as somebody dumps the Animal Crossing, well, pretty much any of the games, right? If they dump it, you're gonna be able to run it on there. You probably get banned though, because if you link it to your Nintendo account,
Oh, yeah. You'd have to play it solo, huh?
yeah, you have to play it by yourself.
But what if you could just run? Well, there's probably an emulator for that anyway. But like, you know how Switch has all the like old NES and SNES games and stuff on it.
Mhm.
Like, there's probably just already a separate emulator to do that on your phone anyway.
Yeah, you can already run like Nesticle and all those other ones on there.
Nesticle.
I don't know what model this is, but this is my old Android phone.
Turn it into a Switch, cat. This is
I know,
Samsung
yeah. It's a Samsung.
Galaxy.
Yeah, Galaxy something. I don't know.
You have to have
It's
something
old.
a little bit newer than one of the old ones.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I mean, my
Yeah.
current phone isn't.
You wouldn't be able to
iPhone
play with
so-
us or anything.
Yeah, you need at least 4 gigabytes of RAM on your phone.
Yeah, I think mine has like 16 or something.
Yeah,
stupid.
and the Tegra, at least the Tegra 1 NVIDIA chip in there. But there you go.
Yeah.
Switch on your phone. Who'd have thunk it?
Crazy.
Everybody. Me
Crazy.
especially. It's just an underpowered fucking phone that you're running.
Now,
And
what's
I was
this?
Proven right.
What's this I hear
Once
about
again, fucking right.
the 30 series NVIDIA cell?
So they NVIDIA released some video and gameplay of Doom Eternal running on the new 30 series NVIDIA cards, which will be coming out in a couple of months, right? Around the same time as the new consoles are supposed to come out. I highly doubt they're going to be coming out this year.
Is it cheaper than a new console to buy one of these 30 series?
Like, say you already have a somewhat decent computer.
I have.
And you're thinking about getting the new console, and your video card isn't up to snuff as the new console, you can buy the 3070, which is $400, cheaper than the fucking consoles are probably going to be. And it runs twice as good as the 2080 Ti.
I was going to say, it's probably already, like, my video card's probably still better than a PS5 or an X, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, your
2070
is it's going to be better, right? Because it already has the RTX chip in it, which is going to be in the new consoles as well. You'll be able to do ray tracing on that shit. But
I can easily just buy this new card and pop it in there.
Another new reason not to fucking get the new console.
Yeah. And by the time the console comes out, it'll probably be cheaper.
Yeah. And then a lot of people are getting these new 4K TVs, which have built-in Steam Link, and you can put Moonlight, and it comes with GeForce Now. There's no reason to get a console.
That's one of the things, too, is that, in a year or two after the console's release, you'll be able to build a PC that's better than that, probably for the same price. Like, build it from scratch. Because everything gets so much cheaper with PC. Like, after it, every month after release, it like drops $10. You don't get that with console. Console stays the same price for like 5 years.
Yeah, so they were showing,
you get bundles and like $50 off if you're lucky.
Digital Foundry was doing a comparison of the 2080 Ti and the new 370, I think, or was it the 380? They were doing a side-by-side comparison. So they were doing ultra high settings, 4K on Doom Eternal, and the 2080 was getting like 60, 70 FPS, like bouncing back and forth. But the 3080 was getting 120 to 150 FPS solid on ultra high in 4K, and it's a cheaper card too, $600, as opposed to the 2080 right now is $1,200.
Crazy.
And yeah, because they were able to partner with.
What, you mean the 3080?
The 3080.
Oh.
They were able to partner with Samsung to build more denser chips, so they're able to get more diodes out of cutting the chips. Right, the whole cost is how many diodes you can fit on a sheet, and cut them out before you have to get rid of the leftovers.
The excess.
Yeah, so that's what eats up a lot of money, is how many chips you can print out on this one sheet. So having them more tightly compact, they're able to make more and build them cheaper. So that's why the chips are so much more cheaper, and they're so much more powerful too. They're gonna require also less energy than the current video cards, which is gonna be nuts, dude. I'm looking forward to how VR is gonna stack up with the newer video cards, because they're gonna be able to do a lot more fidelity or higher fidelity, and if they can get the refresh rate right on the new VR headsets, then
so you don't get sick.
Dude, you're almost to the level where you're gonna be able to set up the Oasis and shit in games and just like die in VR, right? Because you don't
Just
come out neat.
What's it called? When they invent Anvil, the social network for overpopulation.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah. No.
Is it easier to
yourself
find video
inside.
cards nowadays, or is it still kind of difficult? Because last time I checked, video cards were kind of scarce.
No, they're easier now. They're expensive. Is the thing. They're very expensive. That's why a lot of people are.
Sucky.
It's
Creepy
cheaper to get
liquor.
it's cheaper to get a PC with the video card already in it than just buying the video card straight out.
Right.
You might as well upgrade. before grand, you're gonna be able to get like a 370 fucking whatever top of the line for $1,000, and it'll be better than whatever's currently out. Like the top gaming PCs right now are gonna be obsolete for fucking $1,000. You're gonna get the same performance.
Yep, that's the way it always works. But I could probably be happy with this PC for another 5 years before doing
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing. You should be fine unless you're doing like fucking way high end shit. Like a lot of I think Mo said that a lot of his friends on his forums are excited because you're gonna be able to do like higher friends.
His forums,
higher quality
friends,
higher,
forums,
higher higher stuff in 3D and in graphics and shit because of how more beefy they are.
Cool.
Like before, 2 video cards would be what you would really need unless you get like a Quadro or something that's like way fucking expensive, $2,000-$3,000 video card. You're gonna be able to do it $600.
You switch to Oliver.
Interesting.
Oliver, last name close off.
Sorry,
so
they
yeah,
both
Eddie
want my
might Eddie
attention.
that might be a good deal for when you're finally ready to get a computer.
Yeah, you need to get
Yeah,
a
I
PC.
want to get a
Gen.
PC one day. Like,
Just wait for
I
the
miss
next
having a
gen
PC.
video card.
Yeah, you really need a PC, Eddie.
You need to get in on
I
this
do.
shit, all the shit we're playing, man.
Dude, I have like 50 games on my Steam that I purchased, and I just want to play.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. We'll start a GoFundMe for Eddie to buy a PC and a GoFundMe for Kat to get a Switch.
To get a Switch.
That's all the news we have, right?
Yeah, we got
for
that
now.
Mario 35th anniversary thing. They released a bunch of games and some cool stuff.
Mario.
It's just Nintendo reselling you what you purchased.
Cashing in.
cash,
Yeah.
cash grab. Need a little.
They have that Mario Kart thing that looks kind of cool though.
Which,
That remote control, like it's like
Yeah,
remote
that
controlled. Yeah.
without getting too deep into it, because we're going to get deeper into it after the break because of the series. Nintendo was a giant and a revolutionary company. Now they're just fucking EA, like everybody else. They're all fucking cash grabbing
Slowly, yeah. They're slowly
corporate
starting to
stooges.
change over, right?
But
Like
anyways,
before, they would resist all this,
yeah.
cash grabs and
Well,
in-game stuff.
why don't we go ahead and take a break? And when we come back, we will talk about High Score, Netflix original series. It is fucking amazing. Everybody should watch it. I don't really think you could consider what we're gonna say spoilers, but if you really, oh no, spoilers!
Spoilers! Oh no!
If you really want to, experience it for the first time, we're gonna discuss it probably in depth, at least the first 2 episodes in depth. So yeah, but we'll be back. So like, if you want, go watch an episode now, and then come back. It's the 90s, and I'm an awkward, poor white trash teen.
Have a nice day, Sammy Bammy.
She's perfect. I can't believe she's even talking to me. Oh God, I'm staring at her boobs.
You look more like a freak boy with those braces and that inhaler. Oh.
Welcome to Advanced Band.
Welcome back. This is Strength in Gaming. We are going to be talking about High Score, Netflix's original series. And I mean, it's like my fucking childhood distilled. Like all of it, dude. Like holy crap. It's fucking amazing. Like I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words. Eddie, you're the one that came into our chat and was like, "You guys got to watch High Score, right?" Was he the first?
I did.
One?
That was
Yeah.
the first one.
Eddie.
Yep.
What's your experience been like with this series?
Lead us on this journey, Eddie.
A lot of feels, really, because I mean the series takes you way back to like Atari, and I own an Atari 26,000. You know, and I mean, I was there. Like all these, like the series hits all the major, like all the big, like the major beats of the whole like video game industry. How it
happened during childhood, man.
So I don't know, man. I was just like, once I like started watching it, I was hooked. And like I said before, I binged it like in a day.
Yeah, I didn't. I almost did. Like I watched like 3 episodes in one day, and then I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I was like, Heather needs to watch this too. So then I forced her to watch the first 3 episodes again, and then we watched it all the way through. Like it was really fucking good. Like if it's like the history of video games.
It is. It's a history lesson.
Yeah, and it's an amazing history lesson because we lived through a lot of it. And yet we still, I felt like I still learned some things that I didn't know before. Like you get intricate into things about how things happen. Like I didn't know that Miss Pac-Man was actually a mod. It was literally a mod. Like they didn't even like create it. It wasn't like a separately created game. It was a mod of Pac-Man.
Right.
I didn't even know that either.
I didn't know you could mod arcade games.
Well, yeah, like my experience with modding games is when Street Fighter 2 came out. They started coming out with all these like mods where it would change a lot of the moves, where you could throw fire like Hadoukens in midair, and it made it faster. But yeah, I mean, modding games or arcade games, it was pretty common.
You could tell the copyright laws were way fucking looser back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, fucking Nintendo will fucking destroy you.
I was thinking like they were allowed to mod games like that aren't theirs.
Yeah.
They just own the cabinet and then put another like circuit or whatever in there.
Yeah, another circuit board.
That's
I'm
crazy.
guessing they were able to do that because of the I don't know if that happened then. There was a guy who sued was it Ford or one of the major automotive companies because of the windshield wipers. They stole his design.
Really?
That he had already patented, and he proved that arranging certain things in a certain way, like before you had the automatic one, you had to turn it yourself, right? You had to click to make them turn, and he came up with the modular system to where you can just turn it on and it'll keep cycling it back and forth, And he went to some big car company and to show them, and they stole his design. Just straight up stole it. He eventually ended up winning, and he won millions and millions of dollars. So I'm wondering if it was something similar to that adding these mods would change the game or improve it in a certain way where it becomes kind of your intellectual property.
Well, also like the laws have changed greatly since then. I'm sure copyright law and intellectual property and shit like that. It was definitely a lot looser back then, especially with Atari. Atari was like all over the fucking place, and then Nintendo came in and was like, "No, only Nintendo makes Nintendo games, except for fucking was it Pilot Wings or no, the one before that? I don't know where the guy was. He modded a fucking Game Boy to do 3D."
With the effects chip.
Yeah. Star Fox. It was Star Fox.
Yeah, with Star Fox.
It's fucking Star Fox.
I didn't see that one.
Fucking one. Yeah, you'll get to it, but the point is it's crazy. Like I didn't the first time, yeah, boom 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 jamming. I didn't mod. The first time I modded games was Doom, with the alchemy book in fucking DOS, and fucking Romero, dude, like that was my favorite episode. I think it was the last episode, the Doom episode.
Yeah.
So fucking good, but like, and revolutionary. Everything that's I think every episode has like something that's revolutionary in gaming history, and it's really important for us as gamers and us as a podcast, for what we live for, what we talk about, to experience this. It's holy crap, and it's inspiring. It makes me want to mod. It makes me want to make games. It makes me want to do something. Like we need to do something, man. I want to create. I haven't created anything in a long time.
How they used to do shareware though, huh? You dial in through the modem.
Yeah, I just do like a quick download. I used to get shareware for $5 at my grocery store. You get $5.
I go to Babbage's.
Yeah, floppies.
I go to Babbage's and shit.
Babbage's.
I'd go to Babbage's. Yeah, dude.
I go to Babbage's.
Right, either that or you had a subscription to like PC Gamer or one of those.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they usually came with the magazines.
Yeah, I
That's
really
true.
A floppy disk of.
I really liked the episode when like the first graphic adventure game was made. When that
was
that chick.
Wipe out.
Yeah.
That was
the third. I think it was the third episode.
Yeah, and it was
really cool because when
dude was a programmer and she was just like into the outdoors and stuff, and played a text-based adventure game, and she was like, I can do this, and then she just draws it all out on this big piece of paper, and then eventually she like, very hesitantly pushes it on her husband, who has the know-how to program games, and instead of just going, let's make a text adventure game out of this, he goes, let's push the limits and see if we can do graphics on a PC. and it was like lines, with text, but it was revolutionary. I remember playing. Do y'all remember? I know I'm not talking about you, Kat, because you're a fetus. But do y'all remember playing the very first Terminator game on PC, the one that was like open world, and you could go around and like break into a gun store and steal the guns and stuff and the ammo and things
this
like
previous motherfucker.
It was
I didn't even have a PC. The only way I had a PC was at school.
It was. It looked horrible, the first Terminator game, but I remember in my head it looked fucking amazing. Let me see if I can find.
I can't remember that, but speaking of, you're talking about that episode opened with that story, and that is showing this lady.
It was made by Bethesda. Holy shit!
Yeah,
no way.
Yes, it's a Bethesda game.
They're that old?
Bethesda Elder Scrolls.
1991. This was made in 1991. This game, The Terminator, PC DOS, 1991, Bethesda Softworks.
Damn, I was barely alive.
That's crazy.
But you were just born.
Yeah, I was literally a fetus. Almost a fetus.
Cat, shut up.
Dude, you know what was really cool for me? Okay, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, right? But it was like a history lesson for me, because I feel like the history of video games started, like in the decade before I was born. So it is relatively new, even though we look at the footage and it's like, it looks so old. Like, it looks like it was so far away. It was only like 40 years ago that video games like came into being. But what I didn't know was that before we had like online cheats, before everyone had the internet, there was a call center.
Yeah, the game counselors. Holy shit.
Where like people got paid to be game counselors, where they would answer the phone.
Those were
all
huge.
day long.
And they were literally it would just be like us, and they had no guides, and they had no internet, and they just play the game
no guides
and write their own shit.
They made up their own guides.
You know what? I would draw my own maps.
Yes.
Grid
Yes.
paper.
I did that too.
Back in the day for Zelda and Kid Icarus.
Zelda.
Yes.
Dude, Legend of Zelda, I hand drew a map on graph paper, and it got so big I had to tape it to my wall. And
Please tell me you still have that someplace.
I know I have a picture of it somewhere.
Yes.
I actually made it when I was older, not when I was a little kid, but when I was older, I plugged in my old system and like revisited it, and then I made that map. But instead of looking online, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have a picture of that somewhere.
But for those of us that, just weren't that smart, we had the option to call these game counselors for like $1 a minute or more, actually.
Got in trouble for
Privilege,
that.
though. Yeah, you get in trouble. That's
Yeah, there's no way I was able to afford it. My mom would never let me call into these toll or these.
You might as well just call a sex hotline, bro.
Yeah, the only time
Yeah.
I've ever used it was for Genesis.
Dude, that was a 16-bit era. That was
Rings of Power.
mid '90s.
I couldn't find the sextant. I had to call him.
I actually I don't think
What the fuck is this charge?
I'd have to consult Mo because I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we ever used the game counselors, but we used the fuck out of Nintendo Power. He had a subscription to Nintendo Power. He had every Nintendo Power.
Yeah, I had a
as they came out.
Nintendo Power. That's where I learned how to draw the Super Mario Brother 3 strategy guide. So I learned how to draw.
Dude, I had Game Pro for like 15 years.
I fucking forgot about Game Pro.
Yeah, I was a huge subscriber to Game Pro.
Dude,
and I
go to
canceled it like late '90s.
No, you see, dude, you go to the grocery store and you go to the magazine section
and just take
pictures. Just look into in the secret weapons and tactics, the SWAT Pro area.
Just memorize the shit and go home.
Memorize the shit and go home.
Write it down. Do have a do a rubbing.
You go there with the notepad. And you go home.
Yeah, broke ass mofos.
Yeah, because you're poor, you can't afford it. That's how I learned a lot of the Mortal Kombat moves, like the fatalities and shit.
The fatalities.
SWAT, secret weapons and tactics.
Dude, Mortal Kombat, holy crap!
And that was another episode. I think that was episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Where they touched upon the fighting games, the Street Fighter 2 and
except they called them fight games, I think, and it was pissing me off. I was like, no, it's called a fucking fighting game. I don't know why that pissed me off so much. They kept calling them fight games. No one says that.
Yeah, and those were hard years because when Mortal Kombat was out, it was a big deal, like on the news. And like, so many lawyers
violence in video games.
Yeah, so like my parents would watch TV, watch the news, and they would see that shit, and they were like, I would have to defend like my hobby, like.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Mortal Kombat, but I would have to defend it. Like it's not as bad as the news is making it out to be. It's,
especially Spanish news.
Yes,
they show you like fucking corpses and shit.
Yeah,
how's that different? No, I had
that
Mortal
shit on
Kombat.
Telemundo and Univision. They don't mess around, man. They'll show you dead bodies.
They just show you dead bodies. They'll show you people getting whacked.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
dude getting shot in the chest. And
you used to watch late night Spanish television so you could see a titty maybe.
Ocurrió así. Ocurrió así. That's what my mom used to watch.
It's true.
I have. This is not my world. I have no idea.
Yeah, that was like the big.
You're neither Spanish nor a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had Mortal Kombat on the Genesis, and my mom saw that shit on TV, and she was like, "Hey,
Sal, I'm gonna need you spread eagle on the couch back there for your audition."
Again?
Yeah.
At the casting couch.
Grab the 3-foot dildo while you're at it, and we'll get going.
Again? I was gonna go for the 4-inch thick.
So this is like a tiny bit off topic, but I just thought about, since we're watching the show and we're looking at like the history of video games and maybe stuff that was popular like in like the 80s or the 90s. My older sister is around Samson's age, like they're maybe a year apart.
Way over there. 50.
And the only game I ever saw her play was Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo. if I remember
was my
correctly.
Combo breaker.
That was my make my brothers fucking start crying game.
Yeah. I remember you telling that story. I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember you telling that story though.
My brother Carlos, fucking bawling hard, dude. Because they go into a combo and then combo breaker. God damn it!
Combo breaker.
He fucking loses shit, dude. He's so mad. I'm sure it's frustrating for them because, dude, I was like a fucking god and they were trying to defeat God.
That's funny.
I'm still pretty good at the game, especially the N64 gold one. Forget it.
You guys played it. You guys played it when we were at fucking the pinball museum. What's that called?
Yeah.
Arcade Expo. You two played Killer Instinct. I'm pretty sure I have footage of that.
You probably did.
Yeah, I'm still pretty good at it. With
I just remember it was like our only black cartridge, and all the other ones were gray.
That's what made it so fucking cool. It's like, oh, this one's fucking different color than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple things like that set things apart and make them stick in your memory. And it seems trivial at the time.
Especially when you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
So like they were touching on the Nintendo and Genesis and Sega war. So were you guys SNES noobs, or were you actually adults and had the Genesis?
SNES all the way.
Sir, I'm gonna have to check my privilege. I had all the systems growing up. I had both sides at all times.
Yeah. Because
so
of
what
Mo
happened?
And you combined, right?
Because of Mo. So like we both had a NES. I had a Sega Master System, but then after that, I think way later I had a GameCube. But I think after that, he had everything else, and SNES, N64, Genesis, Sega CD. I may have had my own Genesis at some point. He definitely had Game Gear. But yeah, I pretty much have had this, I've been on all sides the entire time, and I love things about both sides. I mean, and all sides. We didn't have like we didn't have, what was it called? A Jaguar or a Turbo Graphics or
3DO.
whatever. 3D. We didn't have a 3DO.
Those are always too expensive.
But I do want to touch on that because when Eddie was talking about having to defend his hobby and stuff to his parents, I was also super lucky because my dad and his dad were fucking gamers.
Yeah.
This is not something that I like to talk about because my grandfather was a terrible person, but he played Zelda and Tetris, the original on the NES, like to death. He could have written guides for those games. Like he had all the maps memorized. It was creepy, but it was funny because when me and Mo, we had our grandfather first try to play Zelda on SNES, Link to the Past. Was it Link to the Past? Is that the one that was on SNES, the first one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And he couldn't play it. He freaked out and he was like, "There's too many buttons."
Oh my god.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah,
he was so used to the NES. But my dad bought me a NES, and he also bought me and Leslie too, but my sister, but she never really played games that much. But my dad bought the Sega Master System, and he loved like Astro Warrior was like his favorite game. What's it called?
Forgotten World?
No. Fuck. The one. No, not Afterburner. Oh Jesus.
Oh jeez.
Oh, Space Harrier. Space Harrier.
Oh, okay.
That was another one that he really liked. But he would like. I felt like it was at one point. It was like every day, and then it was like every week, and then it was like every month. He would come home with a new Sega game for the Master System. We had so many Sega games, and we would play them together, or we'd watch each other play, or whatever. And so I felt like there was an understanding when it came to video games. and I was a terrible person when we got into the 90s and into the dial-up modems and the EverQuests. I was horrible. I was like a tyrant. I ruled the house. If someone my mom or my dad picked up the phone while I was playing, I would just
all hell broke loose.
I would just get so pissed.
You just rage.
I'd be fucking screaming at my parents, and they didn't. Like, I was not punished for that. Like I should have been. I became a terrible person at that point. Oh well.
See, that was my dad with EverQuest, except he wasn't crazy or mean about it, but there was like a rule in the house where, like, if dad was on the computer, you had to ask him to use the phone so he could like get somewhere safe and log out.
Ask me to fucking use the phone. God
yeah, exactly. And then he also got me into EverQuest, so then we had to take turns on the computer. So I would come up to him and be like, I really want to play. Please, can I play? I want to play. Can I play? And and we'd like switch back and forth, and he'd be like, all right, you got like 2 hours or whatever. And then he probably played mostly after I went to bed. But
I feel like they could do another high score for another era, like or another part of it or something. Like I feel like they could do another 6 episode miniseries.
They ended it before like the really good shit started popping off, right? Like,
yeah, they ended it before. Wait, when did they end it? Did they talk about PlayStation and Xbox?
No, they didn't get anywhere near that. They
stopped with first person shooters.
First person shooters and SNES, because they could totally pick up like when N64 came out.
I think they will. I think they'll come out with the second season, because if you think about it, like
amazing.
PlayStation is already like it's a classic console. It's not a.
It is later in the game, but it's classic. It's totally classic now. It's like fucking K-Rock, dude. That's classic rock now.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
where a lot of people started playing games was PlayStation.
Yes.
A lot of people started with that, especially
fucking fetuses.
Especially the younger people. Yeah, like younger than me.
Fetuses. Yeah.
Dude, you know how I know I'm old? If somebody was doing a cosplay of the Invisible Man, it's like, look at Hollow Man.
It's the Invisible Man.
It's the fucking Invisible Man. Oh my god! Because he was wearing the trench coat and it was all wrapped up in shit with the glasses. And I was like, oh my god, so fucking old. But yeah, if they were to do that, I would love to see them talk to people who were at the end of Sega.
Yeah.
The president fucked them over. The president of Sega fucked over Sega at the Dreamcast level.
There was one thing that I was something that I read in the book versus what I saw here when they talked about Sonic. They cut out this entire part. I know it's not technically related, but it's the book, whatever the fucking book is called. It was like how's it?
Console Wars.
No, it wasn't Console Wars. It's not the one that I read. It was a different one that Bubba gave me. It was literally like talking about Sega and Nintendo and say the part that they were talking about Sonic. Apparently there was this whole back and forth with the character design, where the first time they brought Sonic in, he had like a leather jacket, and he was like
he was too cool.
Too cool. and they had to like dumb it down a little. They had to
he
make
was
him
a
less
Fonzie.
cool.
He was a Fonz. Or
yeah,
what?
Exactly. It was he was like too cool and like too over sexualized, misogynistic, like some bullshit. Then they had to like dial it back. I think
But if you think about it,
I think he even smoking a cigarette or something too.
Yeah, if you think about it, Sonic started a trend though with like mascots, because you started seeing all these mascots coming out, like Bubsy, which was also super cool. And
I mean, technically, Nintendo started because Mario was their mascot.
Not really. I think it was Sonic, because Sonic was trying to be a little bit edgier than Mario. Mario was never really that cool.
Yeah, bro.
No, he's not. He's not. It's
cool
edgy,
spot?
but he's their fucking a cool spot. He's their fucking mascot, like original
wearing
mascot.
Sunglasses.
Cool Spot was I fucking love the game. The 7-Up game, the stupid spot game. I love that game on NES.
Cool Spot was cool. That's right.
Do you even check game?
Did they talk about Final Fantasy at all?
Yes.
They
So
do.
Cat.
They do. There's
Cat,
a whole
literally the next episode. It's the next episode. It's the third episode, and so as soon as I'm gonna go with spoilers, but like
it's a role playing episode, and what's really cool, and that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Is that it opens up with this chick and this dude like talking about like how they got started with the making like adventure games, and it turns out that this chick her name is Roberta Williams, and I started fangirling because I used to play so many point and click games, like adventure games. Did I lose you guys?
No, I'm here.
I lost like all sound.
I have to mute.
Everybody, don't move for like 5 seconds.
Point and click games on PC were huge, like in the early 90s, mid 90s. And that's like all I would play on PC when I first got it.
Was it the folks from Sierra?
Sierra, yeah.
Yes.
And I was like,
I love their Sierra games.
I was like, dude.
Yeah, and they developed Sierra.
I was waiting for King's Quest to pop up, but it didn't. I was like,
They showed, there was a small clip that showed King's Quest.
Yeah, there was a clip, but they didn't say anything about it because it was so much earlier. They did that. Was it called Mystery House? Was the first game or whatever it was called? That murder mystery or murder house?
Yeah, Mystery House.
Mystery House, yeah.
Right, and that episode I got into role-playing games, and yeah, you do see like the evolution of Final Fantasy and what role it played.
Well, the thing that I loved about the Final Fantasy evolution was like it all starts from the artist painting the characters. Those original
old school
drawings,
the original,
yeah.
and if you look at the original drawings and paintings of the original characters and stuff, and they walk through it all, and like they really have, like, they started as little pixelated, dudes and sprites, and now they really look like the drawings, like, because Behemoth, for example, like fucking looks like the drawing.
Yeah, that old artwork is like nothing I've ever seen before. That artist, I forgot the artist's name, but it's such like a specific art style that nobody else has ever recreated.
And I think it's like watercolor, I think, is what he did it.
It is, but like it's like Renaissance with watercolor, and
it's Yoshitaka Mataro, I think.
Yeah, like it's just, and at first I thought the art style was a little weird, like it wasn't really my taste, and then the older I got, the more I appreciated the art.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, this guy is.
I think he also did Dragon Warrior.
Amazing.
Or
yeah,
Dragon Quest,
maybe.
Because the Dragon Quest book that comes with the original game for NES, it's similar kind of art style with the slime and the warrior and shit.
That's a same episode as the one that also got into Gay Blade. I know Sal's all into that.
Gay Blade, yes.
Gay Blade.
Sal was into Gay Blade. I want a copy of Gay Blade. I want to fight. What was his name? Pat Buchanan.
It's an interesting story because it reminds me a lot of the StarCraft, like how StarCraft lost all like the original, like the developer files, and they found one like on eBay or something, or I don't know the complete story, but it's like someone sent them like they had a copy and they sent it to a Blizzard, and that's how they were able to do the remaster, I think, right? Or am I thinking about another game?
No, I think that sounds right. Or was it? I think it was WoW.
Or was it WoW?
Oh my god, a whole freaking season could probably be about WoW.
Yeah, they didn't even go anywhere near MMOs. They did talk about Ultima and the initial Ultima games, but they never got to Ultima Online. So they could have an entire
EverQuest, WoW. What else was an old MMO? Like those are the only two I knew
Ultima,
about.
RuneScape.
Ultima. Oh, RuneScape.
They didn't even get into MUDs, dude. MUDs were fucking crazy. Multi-user dungeons were text-based MMOs, so they were just basically like Zork or whatever Infocom game, but you were in there with
they
other
got into
people.
really briefly in the RPG episode.
No, they did not go online. They only talked about text-based adventures.
Oh yeah, the text-based adventure.
They were just MUDs are very specifically online text-based, so they're basically text-based MMOs.
Did they get into like Mist at all?
No, we didn't go that far.
Because it's PC, huh?
Doom. No. There was Doom was the farthest we went on PC.
Yeah, Mist was late.
And I'm talking
90s.
about the
late
original,
90s,
the
okay.
original Doom, the original Doom on
Right.
DOS.
That was a really good story with the original Doom and John
Fuck
Romero and
dude, I love that guy.
Yeah, dude, that game had
That was when I
balls.
was-
It's like,
that was when
this
I was
game is gonna
fangirling.
blow your mind, and it hadn't even fucking started.
That's when I
yet.
was fangirling, but it was mostly because there was like a disconnect. Like I would have fangirled more when the Sierra thing happened, but like they didn't barely even mention Sierra. And like you said, there was like one clip of one of the very first King's Quest games. Because when I hear Sierra, I immediately think the King's Quest games, and I think I started playing them at like 3 or 4 or something. So they were a little bit more.
Their
advanced.
RPGs were good until. Fuck, I forgot what happened to them. There like something bad happened to the company.
well, a lot of their games were using like digitized graphics, and I think that kind of just got old.
Yeah.
And it just phased away. I don't know.
Original artwork was much better.
But yeah, with Doom, like I like how they got into the whole like the death match, how they came up with death match, and the struggle of getting it to work and whatnot. I mean, I remember the first time I was able to connect with the dial up, and it was incredible. It was an incredible experience playing multiplayer for the first time.
Dude, my first time ever
And
playing
it wasn't-
wasn't Doom. It was
Couch.
Quake. Quake 2.
Yeah. Quake
2 deathmatch was
Quake
fucking
was
amazing.
great. Quake was probably one of my
Cat's like,
first
what the
death
hell
matches.
dial up? Isn't that like DSL?
I
What's
know
a
what
Quake?
that is.
Get the nail gun.
And I've heard of Quake, but I just haven't played it. I've heard of it though.
Yeah, didn't we, Sal? When we were at, was it? No, never mind. You weren't at E3.
No.
When I was at E3, I played the new Quake Arena or whatever it was called. That was fun. It's
Yeah, I have
pretty
That was
good.
Quake 5,
Champions. Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
have Quake Champions. No, it's Quake Champions. It's okay.
Quake
Quake
Champions.
3 is like the best fucking Quake, dude. Quake 3 was amazing. I played that shit online for fucking forever.
Dude, I remember in Quake the map that was like, it was like this space station or something floating in space where it was like two sides,
As
and
opposed to a
you could
space station
fall off
floating
the
in
edge.
ocean.
Yes. Well, it was the one where you could like fall off into oblivion
Yeah.
or whatever. It was crazy. That one was crazy.
What came first, Quake or Duke Nukem?
The egg.
Yeah. Duke Nukem came first.
Right.
Duke
Okay.
Nukem came first.
and then it
Duke
was Quake.
Because
Duke
Quake-
Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
I played Duke Nukem when it was still side
sprite-based 3D,
scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Duke Nukem
Quake
3D,
Quake was
it had a
3D.
good death match also.
I never played the Duke.
I
Nukem
never played the deathmatch.
'cause
I just remember
I'm all out of bubble
playing.
gum.
Yeah. Duke Nukem. It was that was such a great series that like died too soon. Like it just became shitty after. It was like I really liked the side scrolling cat. You look 12.
Fetus cam.
But it's like I don't know. Duke Nukem. Maybe the one after that was pretty good, but then after Duke Nukem 3D, like after that one, then it was just like
That was the last one, wasn't it? Duke Nukem 3D, and then you had that 15-year or 10-year like span
Duke
till
Nukem Forever. There wasn't
Yeah.
something
Nukem
I
Plutonium
know.
edition, I think, right?
Yeah, there
Oh,
was
no,
something.
That was Doom Plutonium.
no, all we had was ports onto the consoles.
No, my favorite FPS. I loved Doom. I played Doom more than any FPS. Wolfenstein was amazing too, dude. I remember I played Wolfenstein when it came out. Holy crap, that was
My
amazing.
dad was pretty into Doom when I was young.
But
I remember
think
he loved that game.
I think still my favorite FPS, and it's mostly it's hard. It's really hard because I really like the ambiance of Hexen and the music
Okay.
from Hexen. But I also am like
That was using the Doom
Doom.
engine, right?
Yeah, it was like the same thing, but it was medieval and also like very occult.
I think I remember Doom 2 came with the demo for Hexen.
Or Heretic. I think Heretic
Or
came first.
yeah. Because you also had Thief, but wasn't Thief also a?
Yeah, I never
same
played.
engine?
I never played Thief, but yes, I think you are correct. It didn't. I guess the title just didn't appeal to me, but like because I was so I'm either have to be killing demons, or I gotta be summoning undead with the fucking cleric and the Hexen. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, when
I'm a
we eventually
necromancer.
got our first computer was a Windows 3 computer.
Oh wow!
A 386, 486.
I had a DOS, and then I had.
We didn't have DOS. It was an actual Windows that had windows that pop up. But I used to get all my games at the swap meet, burnt copies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The floppy disks and shit like that. It was just crazy back in the day, right?
Did you?
We used to rent games from Blockbuster.
Yeah, we did that too, but we were teenagers at that point.
That was the best time, dude. It was like, hey, let's
Yeah.
go to Blockbuster and get some movies and some games.
Dude, it was, and then you would buy like
Mountain Dew.
candy at like when you checked out. There was a
Yeah.
bunch of candy right there, like you're in
And
the
popcorn.
movie theater. Yeah,
Overpriced fucking candy. Like the candy, you get
Uh-huh.
normal Twizzlers for like $10.
Yeah.
I miss Blockbuster.
Blockbuster is great. I would only rent
Did you
games
hear?
at Blockbuster.
There's an Airbnb where you can stay in the with the original Blockbusters.
It's the last
Yeah.
Blockbuster in existence, and that's
Yeah.
like in Canada or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Alaska.
Yeah, it's
Or Alaska, maybe you're right. But when you bought your computer, did it come with a bunch of like shareware demos? Like Dinosaur Adventure, 3D Adventure, and
Well, mine had animals, and it was literally just a virtual tour of a zoo, and I thought it was the best fucking thing in the world.
No, our game was like
It was a point and click. It was a point and click zoo, and when you got to certain points, you could click, and it would play like actual video,
right?
Of animals in a zoo with a narrator telling you like all about this stuff, and it was interactive, and it was so fucking cool. But it wasn't really a game. It was like point and click info, like
yeah, no.
learning.
Why do I feel like I remember something like this?
Animals. Let me see if I can find animals on PC.
That was
like
one of them.
It
That
was a
was one of 'em.
PC game where you
It was
like you went to different sections and you learned different things about
Yeah,
different
in the zoo.
animals.
Yeah, there was.
It was just
our
called
came with
Animals, I think.
In the Encyclopedia Britannica, and
I played that. That was
tours
fun.
of zoos.
God, what is it? What do you call what do you call the stuff that comes with a computer? It's not shareware, right? It's like OEM.
It was.
That's
install-
bloatware now.
bloatware.
I don't
it's
know. I
called
call
now.
them shareware. I call them demos because I got like 10 of them when I bought my Packard Bell, and it came with like Silent Steel, Journeyman, Toonland with Howie Mandel, and
But I feel like there
Man.
was also like in that zoo one, there's also like like you did puzzles in some sections, and then you like did spelling in other sections or something like that. But it was all related to like
It sounds
zoo
about right.
animals. And there was like a tree or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm digging way
Well,
far.
a
in the
lot
back
of-
of my
a lot of
brain.
Why?
games
I
were-
gotta find it now. Like I don't remember.
yeah, a lot of games were like that. A lot of those early PC games were like that. You know, so they had different sections. Yeah, you had to like solve a puzzle, and then you had to like it was just like a bunch of clicking everywhere, and just like it was.
Yes. And it was clearly educational, but it was also more of a game than like what you would get at school.
Exactly.
Was it?
Exactly.
I don't know if that's.
And
it.
I remember one of the first games I bought was the Oregon Trail, and it was like a more advanced version of the ones we played at like in elementary. And I played that thing to death.
No, that's not it. I just
Yeah.
remember it being called Animals, but it was crazy. I think it sounds like we all had that at some point. I don't know, but it was so cool. That was like the first thing in Windows that had, because like everything else on that computer was DOS games. And some of my favorite DOS games besides Doom, I think one that really stands out would be Legion's Dark Legacy.
But those were actual games. Those like full-fledged games. I'm talking about the stuff that would run in like within Windows or Navigator. I think it was called Navigator.
Dark Legions video game. That's what it was called. Which is a turn-based fantasy.
I also remember when I was in grade school, we took computer classes. Like I taken computer classes were like part of our regular curriculum, and we'd go at least like 2 or 3 times a week to the computer lab and do like practice typing and math and stuff like that on the computer. And we'd even like draw or like play games just to get familiar with computers.
Yeah,
I remember being awesome at it and like getting shit done so fast, and everybody else was like fucking around. I'm like, what are you doing? It's so fucking easy.
Yeah. Same. Like we had apples, we had Oregon Trail, we had like lemonade stand, we had this one game where you were a fish going through, like it was like a side scrolling thing where you were a fish. It was kind of educational. And you were trying to survive. And I always got killed by the fucking osprey. It would just come down and grab me out of the fucking water.
Wait, Freddy Fish?
Damn it. Was it called Freddy Fish?
Freddy the Fish? Oh,
Freddy
that shit was so fun. Freddy the Fish was so fun.
No. This was a realistic game that I was playing. It looked more realistic. Where you would get attacked by, let's see, side scrolling fish game spray.
Hey,
here it is. It's called Odell Lake for Apple.
Who was Bush running against when he won his first term? Gore? I remember being for some reason I remember being in my grade school computer lab class.
Oh, the osprey almost got
when Bush and Gore were doing their election, because I think we were talking about it in computer class or like doing something pertaining to that in computer class. I don't know. That's such a weird memory, but I remember.
It's funny how.
Oh, in addition to my Oregon Trail, fucking Number Muncher and Word Muncher, those were great.
The educational games.
I love they were all. What was school? It was all educational games, but they were fucking amazing.
They were
typing
fun.
games and
that was fun. The typing games were fun. That's how I learned how to surf for.
How to type.
I found Odell Lake. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, we'd also have to like type on the keyboard and like not look at what we were doing. And no matter what mistakes were made, that's the grade you get.
Yeah, our teacher on our keyboard at school, there was a little cloth thing that went over your hands, so you had to look up, right? You couldn't look at the keyboard.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Mavis Beacon. That was what we used in school.
I think I became a typist when I started hitting chat rooms in the mid
AOL
90s. No, I was on Talk City, bro.
Talk City.
Yeah, it was a thing. But yeah, I think it was obviously the keyboard was not foreign to me by the time I was a teenager. The keyboard and then the mouse were things that I were completely familiar with. I grew up with them. But yeah, I think my words per minute from just being, using a computer and playing games and stuff as a kid, hitting chat rooms went from like 50 to like 125 really fast. Like you just have to, like, if you want to have a conversation, especially because we're all about instant gratification, you got to type fast. You got to get it all in, say it really quick, before someone else types back or whatever.
That was one of the benefits, right, of being online, is you're able to type fast. Although I don't know if kids nowadays are able to do that shit, because most
they
of
swipe.
their interactions is on the phone, right?
They just swipe.
Especially like Spike, he has a lot of fucking typos and shit. I mean, it's fucking
yeah.
Isn't he my age?
No, Spike is 6 years younger than me, so he's 32.
Well, yeah,
yeah, you're about the same age. Yeah, you're pretty close.
we were in high school at the same time. He was just a couple grades above me.
Yeah, he sucks at technology.
Yeah. Cat doesn't suck at technology. Not as much as Spike
he's
does.
the guy who hated the fucking Steam engine when it was developed because he didn't understand it. That's who Spike is. That whirly gigger. I don't understand that.
I don't know. Too many buttons, Mo.
And
too many buttons.
Giggers and a dicker gerbs.
Dicker gerbs. You didn't understand anything past 2 buttons and a D-pad.
Yeah, Yvette noticed when we started getting together, when I was living with her, how fast I fucking typed.
She's like, damn.
Chat rooms and games, dude. Just talking in games.
Oh, the AIM.
And it was the thing younger. Too. Yes, I did have AIM. I had ICQ. I had MRIC. I had Talk City. I had, and then when EverQuest came out, it was like I could play a video game and be in a chat room at the same time, and it was amazing. Like, so like the downtime, because there's a lot of downtime in that game when you're grinding or waiting for a spawn or looking
right. You
for
would just
group.
stand around with
you
your
could just
group.
Talk. Yeah, I remember one of my fondest memories as my high elf wizard, Mirrodin Crow. I was in, I think it was the bottom of Befallen, the dungeon Befallen, with an ogre warrior and me were just duoing at the bottom of Befallen, and we were just like drinking in game and just talking. But everybody that I played with when I was a kid was a lot older than me. I think I remember I made a friend with this lady who worked for like Earthlink. You remember Earthlink?
I had Earthlink.
They're still around.
I remember.
Are they?
Earthlink's still around.
I thought they became something else, but
I wonder if my Earthlink email still works.
I just remember having like teen angsty crises and talking them through with this. She had to probably be in her 20s or later, with an adult job, and I was like 15, and I was like, she was like a great friend. Like, and I don't even know who she was in real life. I was a
Give me the day disrespecting me. He's like,
yeah.
Telling me about my saxophone sucking? I don't know how to deal.
Exactly. Yes, those were my teen angsty problems.
You know what we did? We sucked it up, or we get our ass whooped by our parents.
Well, I talked to people online, and by that time I was big enough to whoop my parents' ass.
You push it down till it becomes fucking severe depression and anxiety.
I got that too. You got that too, bro. We got you.
Cancer in your butthole.
I don't have that yet, but eventually.
Tumors in your ass.
I mean, I will eventually have butt cancer, I'm sure. Kids with ass cancer.
Polyps. That's what they call them.
I already have roids that can choke a horse. And on that note, I think everybody needs to watch High Score on Netflix. It is fucking awesome. It's what we grew up in, and I think the first season, Cat, not so much. I feel like it's more educational for you because it's like right before you were born.
It's a precursor to my personal experience.
Yeah, but you'll get some of it. You'll get some of it for sure.
Yeah.
Because it kind of touches on Final Fantasy and things like that. But yeah, I want, even if we don't talk about it, we can talk about it more on the show, that's fine. But even if we don't, like, I would definitely want to hear your opinions and how you feel about, the next episodes to come.
Yeah, I meant to watch more, and I just didn't get around to it this time. I don't really have an excuse. I kind of forgot that we were talking about this. And I meant to watch it before, like, just for fun, but then I just got distracted with other things. So it's definitely something I'm going to be watching and finishing pretty soon.
Happens.
And I'll fill you in on my thoughts and feelings if you want to hear my feelings.
Oh, absolutely. Because man, we're getting the feels hard watching this series. Like I was like, anybody who is a gamer and is 20s, 30s, 40s 50s even. This shit
90s.
will 90s. This shit will bring you back and inspire you and, you know, entertain you to no end. The nostalgia feels are there. They're real.
DOS machine.
Yeah. I should reinstall DOSBox and fucking put the original Doom on here.
You know what? If you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, like learning about the old these old games, old like consoles and whatnot, check out the Gaming Historian on YouTube. And this guy has like hour-long episodes, and the production value is very high. And all his episodes are really cool, really great, really educational. You you learn a lot, and it brings you. It's the same kind of feelings. You start. It's like the nostalgia trips. You start reminiscing about all these games I used to play back in the day, and you learn a lot. So I would recommend you guys check it out.
If he doesn't talk about Gayblade, then has he really?
Yeah, does he have a Gayblade episode?
He has an episode on the history of Mario Paint. And
oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
I could do an entire episode on Mario Paint, and yes,
and he goes, it's a deep episode. Like he goes in deep.
I went in deep with Mario Paint too.
I still have that specific controller that you used for Mario Paint, and like the keyboard looking thing, or the mouse pad looking thing.
The mini game with the fly swatter.
The mini mouse pad.
I still have it.
Yeah.
I still have it, but check it out. I mean, he's a cool guy, you guys didn't meet him, but I met him at the what's that one expo we went in Long Beach?
No, Long Beach Comic-Con?
No, it was Pasadena. I'm sorry.
Pasadena. No, yeah, that was a retro gaming expo.
The retro game, yeah. I met him there. Really, he's a really cool guy. But
yeah, dude,
yeah,
Mario
I'll check
Paint.
that out.
We should do some more retro episodes on shit like that, like Mario Paint. I could do an entire episode on that. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening and watching. You can find us at strengthengaming.com, on YouTube at Strengthen Gaming, any of your favorite podcast apps. We are in Ghana now, okay? We are on some apps in India that I had no fucking idea existed before.
We're an infestation now.
We're everywhere. We're definitely on all the major stuff: Spotify, Apple, or Google. We're everywhere. Like, in fact, I think all of our full audio episodes are also released on Facebook too. Like, you can listen to us anywhere. We love that you guys listen to us. We want to hear your feedback. If you have any feedback, as it says, just hit us up on any of our social media, Strengthen Gaming, and we're here. And we're all on Twitch now too. Well, except Eddie.
I'm not on Twitch. I have a Twitch account, but I'm not.
But yeah,
I'm on TikTok.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. I don't have a TikTok. I just go on there.
I installed TikTok once because Sal said I could put funny faces on my cat, and I was overwhelmed by the fact that it is literally made for people with ADD.
Yep.
The app is made for someone that has ADD.
ADD, ADHD.
I don't even know how.
Yeah,
I couldn't like. I'm fine with just the funny TikToks that people post on Instagram.
I thought Vine was bad.
I don't need.
And I was like, oh,
I don't need.
You
the
can
fucking
spend
app.
hours on TikTok.
Yeah, we gotta hurry though. Kit's cat's dying over there. She's like,
she's got the vapors.
Gas and spoon. I got the vapors.
I'm hot.
What? Well, good night, everybody. You motherfucking nerds. We love you. And watch High Score on Netflix, please.
And
let
High
us know how
Score
you
Girl.
feel.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Maybe someday. Good night. I'm just gonna trail
Wait,
off.
someday what?
Oh, I said maybe someday that documentary that me and Sal are supposed to be in will come out. No princess, no castle.
Porn.
Yes, porn.
Hide the Salami 2, The Revenge.
All right. Good night, you motherfucking nerds. Peace.
Oh, bye-bye.
Peace.
Thank you so much to all the nerds that listened. You can find us at strengthengaming.com or email us at info@strcast.com.
Fall Guys is planning to add a huge spinning hammer called a Big Yeetus.
The big Yeetus. The big Yeetus. Is that you laughing, cat?
Yeah.
The big Yeetus makes cat really
Yeetus.
doofy.
It's funny.